everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Power Podcast, aka the R&R Show.
What up, fam?
Oh, we are back. I'm so excited. So today, myself, R, as in Relly, aka Nicole, and the other R,
Ra, aka Sarah.
call us whatever you want. We're going to be talking about gymtimidation and the just things that go through our minds when we're starting a new fitness journey, whether it's at a new place, a new routine, making some lifestyle changes, whatever your reason is. There's a lot of nerves that go around in our heads when we're starting anything new, and especially in the gym space, because it is not only a physical transformation, it's also mental and emotional. So there's a lot of things that happen. So we want to, help ease any of those nerves, concerns, whether you're applying this information that we're giving you to starting at Power or starting at your own gym or your own journey, whatever that looks like.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Sounds good.
Me too. So, Ryan and I were kind of researching into this because we're like, we know that we're not the only ones who have experienced this. And there was a study done in 2019 by Sure Women that found that 1 in 4 women experienced gymtimidation, and almost half of us have felt judged in some way while working out. And that just in and of itself, if I can get the words out, really makes me sad and upset. The gym should be a safe space. And that's what we say at Power. Is like, this is your happy place. This is your hour, your time. So how can we help your first experience and every experience thereafter feel that good?
Yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah.
It totally burns my butt. Because exactly that. Like, unfortunately, society is what it is, but definitely is one thing that we preach here and we talk about all the time is that this is your third place, which is also your safe place.
Yes.
What happens at the gym stays at the gym, people. Come on. So one thing I love about, the idea of this, gymtimidation, right? Intimidation. Like, what intimidates you? I want you guys to think about that. Think about when you first started your own gym journey, because that's what we're going to talk about more. Again, obviously the gym, you're a fitness facility. So whether that was, again, here with us at Power, whether it's at any other gym, whether it's at Planet Fitness even, it's important to, build the confidence of why you are doing what you're doing in the first place. Why are you looking for a gym? Why are you wanting to start at a gym? And, that's important. A lot of us, we have a surface level. We talk about the 5 levels of why. A lot of us I want to feel better. I want to look better.
Yeah.
I encourage you to get deeper and then use that to fuel yourself to get through that intimidating factors that are preventing you from maybe getting started or from kind of slowing up your roll.
Yeah, and just like Ross said, the 5 levels of why. We've talked about this in previous podcasts, and we hear it a lot. Like, I want to lose weight. Okay, but why? Why is that important to you? Not even just asking yourself why, because the obvious answer to that, could be like right in front of us. But why is it important for you to lose weight? Is it you want to be able to do something you never were able to do? You want to feel strong again. You want to be a positive role model for your kids. Like, going deep into those levels of why is going to really help you stay, not only motivated, but stay consistent once you get started.
Totally.
And especially on the hard days, because those are the days that we tend to, myself included, I'm so guilty of it, of giving up on that day. Yeah. It's like, oh, my day's already turned to shit. So I'm going to let the whole day turn to shit. And there's so many things that we can do to prevent that. So, think about the gym can be liberating in a lot of ways.
Totally can be.
Especially after that initial, getting over the fear and getting up the courage to start.
Yep.
Think about it. You're with a lot of like-minded people. Everybody's, yes, working towards their own personal goals, whatever those are, but everybody has a common goal. And I say this all the time. We're here to become the best versions of ourselves.
Totally.
Whether it's, I want to feel strong, I want to lose weight, I want to do some crazy fun stuff.
I want to play sports with my kids. I want to crawl on the ground with my grandkids.
Yeah, I want to play with my dog.
Exactly. I want to walk my dog. I want to X, Y, Z, fill in the blank.
Yeah, yeah.
One thing I do want to take a little moment and get on a soapbox. Just a little soapbox. It'll be long, I promise.
It's a little step.
It's a little stepping stone. People, I love the idea of it being your therapy. However, the gym does not equal therapy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Super important there.
Yes. The gym is the gym, and therapy is therapy.
Totally
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. And, Roz getting on her soapbox, I'm just going to shove her off for a second. It's like
I stop talking.
the gym can invoke therapeutic feelings. It can be an emotional release. You can feel really, really good when you're done. That
Or
doesn't.
it can give you an emotional high,
Yeah.
which I'm all about in therapy too.
Oh, yeah.
However, know the difference, people.
Yeah. Right. Is like, it's kind of like you're not going to go to a restaurant to help fix your broken arm. Like, but seriously, it really is. In putting it into terms like that, like you seek a therapist for specific things, and you seek a gym for specific things. And yes, some of those feelings may overlap.
Totally. That's okay.
Yes.
But it's more of try not to fall. I'm encouraging you guys on my soapbox. Is try not to fall into that trap of believing that message of gym is my therapy. If I was your counselor, I would say that is great. However, you can't always make it to the gym.
Right.
Or I know you love the gym and you're there only for an hour. What about the remaining
23
hours? Right? We're not really awake,
Yeah.
but the idea of that is love that you guys are finding this as an outlet. Use it to better yourself in a different way than what therapy can do.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So talking about like what we were initially saying is why are people hesitant or scared to start? We've heard tons of different things. I'm not in shape enough. I need to work out first before I come here.
Yeah.
I'm a beginner. I don't have experience. I'm injured. I just had a baby. Things like that. Like learning to be kind to yourself, focusing on you. Maybe you want to start with a friend. If you have a friend who's currently working out, or maybe they just started their own journey. Being open to make new friends. Like that's one thing that I love so much here at Power is that our community is, and I know we're a little bit biased. We are the most welcoming group of people you will ever meet, especially in a setting that can be extremely intimidating.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Definitely, I agree with that, and that's a perk.
It is.
It is definitely a perk because that's one thing we pride ourselves on is that we want to create that atmosphere for you.
Yes.
And we want you guys to create that atmosphere for others.
Yes, and for yourself.
And for yourself, totally.
Yeah, and a lot of that too is changing your mindset in a lot of ways of not only why are you starting, but like what are your goals? Going mindset over the body focused goals, because your mindset is always going to be part of your day-to-day process.
Totally. Hopefully it is.
Right. And if it's not, we have to have a different conversation. But also, educating yourself on what this process might look like. There's so many different avenues that can lead to success. And when one road might be a dead end for you, that fork in the road might actually take you to where you want to go.
Yeah. And there may be some branches in the way. You got to be comfortable with kind of moving that stuff out of the way. For example, like a schedule, if that gets in the way. We're going to talk a bit more about that. But I'm just, there's opportunity. And if you open yourself up to it, I promise you're going to be happy that you did.
Yeah.
So with the idea of gymtimidation, right? How and when to start. A lot of times this can be the hardest thing.
Yes.
You can acknowledge, I want to make a change. That is great. You are in the pre-contemplation stage.
Yes, that's the hardest step for a lot of people is like, acknowledging that something needs to change. That's what's not working. Ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
What is not working in my day-to-day right now?
And then from that is the truly getting started. I understand and can relate. It is hard sometimes to get out of your already routine, whether it's working or not working, whether you're happy or not happy, right? Sometimes it's hard to shake things up.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of the times it comes from, like Ralph said, the mindset, because we get in our own way.
Yeah.
We come up with all these excuses of why it's not a good time to start, right?
Yep.
Like I started to say, those branches could be the schedule, your kids, financial, whatever have you.
Right.
Right? Our encouragement for you is just to fucking start.
Yeah.
You guys, there truly is no perfect time. And if anybody tells you that you had like an epiphany of there's perfect time, great for them. You're in your own way, and the best thing for you to do is just to fucking do it.
Yep.
Thank you, Nike. We're just gonna do it.
Yep, seriously. And, there was, it was Dr. Rhiannon who had said this. The brain loves two things, efficiency and predictability. So because both of those things are being challenged right now, your brain is going to try and talk you out of it.
Totally.
As as weird as it sounds, you're like, oh no, I'm in control of my brain. No, your brain has thoughts that come, that it formulates, that will challenge what you're changing. And I mean, think about things that are difficult when you start anything that's difficult, whether it's a new job, maybe you became a parent for the first time, you got a dog, things are happening that your brain is like, what is going on? So it's going to take time, and it's going to take repetition to have your brain now acknowledge, oh, this is an efficient thing that we're doing. This is a predictable thing that we're doing. It's like waking up early in the morning. Everybody, I say everybody, a lot of people ask me, how do you wake up so early at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work? And I'm like, I had to get used to it. It was not easy. It still is not easy. But there's those days are where I need to I don't snooze. I get my ass out of bed, because my husband would probably smack me in the face if I kept snoozing as he's trying to get more sleep next to me. But at the same time, it's like your brain is now predicting, we need to wake up at this time. That's why I have people that I've talked to who they were used to needing to wake up super early for a long time, and now they don't need to. And they're like, oh my gosh, my brain still wakes me up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, because it's used to it. Yeah. So just like getting started, switching, changing, anything, it's going to take some time. And like Ross said, just fucking start. Yeah.
It's the greatest thing you can do for yourself. And sure, there might be hiccups along the way. That is normal. That's part of life.
Yeah.
But again, the whole purpose of this podcast is to help you, a friend, a family member, whoever, this may speak to, work through that gym intimidation.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you've been dabbling in power social media, you have a friend who goes here, maybe you're just a podcast listener and you live in the Albany area. We encourage you. We would love to meet you and have you try us out. We have a no commitment trial offer. If you're looking for group classes, we have 2 classes for $27. And what this gives you is the opportunity to experience more than 1 hour here. Because we know the first hour, there can be emotions from super high to super low. You're like, oh my gosh, this is the most challenging thing I've ever done, if you're brand new in your fitness journey, or this is the greatest thing I've ever done, and everything in between. So, trying to move through those emotions, and also telling yourself, okay, I'm going to do it again because now I got the newbie jitters out.
Yeah.
Yes, the nervous jitters. So the second time you come in, you're like, I got this. I'm going to focus on just having a great workout and a great time and feel really good. So
think of a new job, right? Everyone here, I'm hoping at some point in your life, if not, good for you, has started a new job, right?
Yeah.
Another way of looking at it. First day, you got the jitters, you're unsure, right?
It's extremely overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yes.
That is normal. It's similar in the aspect of a gym, you guys.
Absolutely.
So Riley, I'm getting ready to get started, right? How many times should I work out per week?
Yeah. So, and this is a great question because I get this a lot when I talk to people starting. It's like, how often should I come? I've never been consistent enough with any type of exercise to know what's good. Should it be every single day? Differing to Ra, and what she recommends is you should be moving every single day. Totally. Absolutely. So
Non-negotiable.
Movement 7 days per week. Strength-based workouts here at Power, if this is your only form of, your main form of exercise, I should say, maybe not only, but if this is your main form of cardiovascular and strength.
Okay, yep.
Beginners, 3 to 4 times a week. Maybe you start with 2. If this is completely brand new, it could be twice a week. Starting to get consistent with that. Once the twice a week feels really good, then incorporate that third day. If you have prior experience, maybe you're switching from a different gym. Maybe it was a location thing, whatever the reason is, and you have a little bit more experience. Maybe you're looking at anywhere between 3 and 5 days. We have people who come here 6 days a week, and that has them still feeling really good. Number one thing that we always say is rest is still important when you're starting. You're going to feel that delayed onset muscle soreness, that DOMS, as we say. Still making time in your day to get some light stretching and go for a walk, some light movement. Maybe it's a walk on the treadmill outside. It's finally getting nicer out.
Maybe it's logging into your remote mobility program
and
tapping into that bad boy.
Yes, yeah. So there's lots of ways that you can still keep your body moving without needing to put it through another strenuous workout. With our formatting, it really allows for amazing recovery in the ways
Yes.
it needs to. And I mean,
Important.
the R sitting right next to me. So Ra does all of our programming
Yes.
here. So can you give us a really quick overview? And I say quick, without missing the things,
Got it.
of what our formatting is, what each day looks like, and why.
So let's start out with like the basics. You guys should be training your patterns twice a week.
So squat,
Yes.
hinge,
Yes.
lunge,
Yes.
push, pull, carry.
Yeah. nailed
Rotation,
it.
rotation.
Oh, that's like the
Ha.
secret 7.
Yes, that's the glue.
That's
Rotation
like,
is the
again,
glue.
The rotation is the glue. You guys definitely need to be doing some rotation.
Yeah.
So again, start out with that. The very basics of anybody who is making programming, you should be training twice a week, minimally twice a week. So, given the way Power offers our classes, right? We do squat and pull, right? Opposing muscle groups. I'm not getting into science of it, okay?
Front of the legs, back of the upper body.
There we go.
Yep.
Hinge and push,
Back of the legs, front of the upper body.
and then we do it again.
Yep.
So we do full body. So you think about that Monday, Wednesday, we're hitting that squat and pull. That Tuesday, Thursday, that hinge and push. Friday and Saturday it's going to be a full body. So that leaves opportunity for in those days to get in that rest day. Because again, I'm not encouraged that you have to be here every single day, Monday through Saturday, that we're opening.
Right.
During that time, you can supplement one of those hinge days with a rest day or that squat day with that rest day, and then still get in a squat on that Friday or
Yeah.
get in that squat on that Saturday.
Yeah.
So our format is the way it is to allow you guys opportunity of, wow, I am really, especially you, the newbies. I don't mean that in any disrespect,
Yeah.
but we say newbies. And
New
we
to
say
our
newbie-
programming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Newbie gains.
Yeah.
Newbie feels, right? A lot of times they feel it, that soreness sooner, almost immediately, because your body is just not used to that demand that you're putting on it.
Right.
So you have opportunity to still get in those muscle groups later on. So that way you can take those active rest days.
Yeah.
And when we say rest, again, you guys, we're Power Performance Wellness Recovery. Those rest days are an active rest day. That's really
Yes.
important.
Yeah.
right?
And
Go ahead.
it doesn't have to be anything complicated. Like we're saying,
No,
like
not at all.
walking is cool. Walking is very underrated.
So
like go on
underrated.
hot girl walk, hot guy walk, hot person walk, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That is probably my favorite thing to do on a rest day is just like get outside,
Oh, for sure.
especially since it's getting nice out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like Ra just explained, our formatting that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that is every single week. And then within that week, we add a specific type of focus, whether
Yep.
it's tempos, whether it's rep-based, whether it's unilateral, one-sided movements. Also, one thing worth noting with our programming is the reason that we alternate is so you're not going back to back with a heavy squat day 2 days in a row.
Yep.
You're not going a heavy hinge day 2 days in a row. It gives your muscles a day's break.
Yes.
And that is intentional. So this is going to be your main form of movement in lifting. Definitely encourage you to stick with that. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And if you're like, hey, I want to incorporate something else, I don't know what, I'm only able to get here twice a week to start. Talk to any of your coaches. We have so many recommendations, whether it's maybe yoga. There's so many great places that offer yoga around here.
Yeah.
Same thing with like spin, if people like spin, if people like Pilates. Like there's tons of different modalities that can help you recover and still work
Yeah.
your body. So, another thing to note for people who are starting is
I have an
The di-
injury.
I was
Right? I have
even,
an
yeah,
injury.
yeah, you have an injury.
Right? I'm nervous to get started.
Yeah.
That's my Gymtimidation.
Yes. So what happens then?
So, a lot of things. That's a lot of questions. Short version, you guys, is that knowing that here at Power, we always have opportunity to give you modifications, regressions, right?
Yeah.
So we want to encourage, if injury, whatever have you, injury, postpartum, anything like that, try not to allow that to further stop you from checking us out, right? Or encouraging somebody else, because that is part of our jobs here as coaches, is to know how to provide you those proper modifications and regressions, right?
Yeah.
So modification, changing a part of an exercise to accommodate X, Y, and Z. a very individualized training option. However, it's not always like going to be the answer. So I just
Right.
want to make, that's like a little caveat like that.
Yeah,
right?
and we're going to be doing another episode about what happens when you have an injury. Because for some injuries, if you just broke your leg, we hope you're not in here the next day. Like we love you and we love to see you. However, there are certain things that need to be done before you can return to group exercise. So while group addresses a lot of needs for people, it doesn't address everything.
Totally.
So didn't want to cut you off.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So then we have regressions, right? The simplifying of a movement by either changing your stance, the amount of load in the movement, making it, to plyometric. Now instead we're going to make it a low impact option, right?
Yeah.
So instead of you jumping, now we're going to have you do some type of high intensity, low impact option, right?
Yeah.
So maybe some rapid air squats, use that for an example.
Yeah.
So again, if you're one where you're nervous because of those factors, reach out to us. Really would love to talk to you.
Yes.
And we would love to see your beautiful face in here.
Yes, please. And what that all boils down to is communication with your coaches. Whether you are day 1 or year 5 here as a client, communication with your coach with whatever is going on in your life that could potentially affect your workouts, even if you may not realize it. Hey, I just got a new job and it's a lot more than I expected.
Capacity.
Exactly. So that's what our coaches will be helping you with, is like, how do we navigate? How do we know when your body is taking on so much that adding exercise could potentially lead to injury? And that's what we want to avoid. That's our number one. So, just to wrap this all up, lots of thoughts, feelings happen when you're making a big change, especially when it's a change to better yourself. The best thing that you can do is trust your gut, give it a try, whether it's us at Power or anywhere else, and it might take
Just
a little bit.
fucking
Yeah,
do
just
it.
fucking do it. And we cannot wait to meet you. And if you have any questions, I'm going to put our website, which has a way to reach me. We can text, we can call. Just learning more about Power, and if the fit is right, and you're like, hey, this is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for, then we'll talk about having you come into classes. And if it's something that maybe is outside of our scope of practice, maybe it's something that we need to refer you to a more specialized medical professional, we're going to do that too.
Totally.
Or if there's another place in town that we know is going to be an even better fit for what you're looking for, we are not shy about referring you somewhere else, because we know that there are great places in the capital region that can serve the needs of every single person. So, if it happens to be Power, we absolutely would love to meet you. If not, we still hope you got value from this episode. Send it to somebody. If you're a current member and you're like, hey, I have a friend who's been wanting to start, has been scared to start, please send them this episode, and then let me know what their name is so I can
So that
make
we can
sure.
follow up.
Yeah, but I want to make sure that when, if and when I do hear from them, I know it's from you, because the best thing that can happen is, you're sharing the love of something that you have be part of your life with the other people that are important in your life. So definitely stay tuned for our upcoming episodes that we have planned. They are fantastic. I cannot wait. And until next time, power to the people.